Hi there, my friend. Yeah, good question. I'm going to ask you guys to actually share this one because I feel like this is a deeper truth that really needs to get out because it's all part of a deception. They're inspiring a holy AR, and it's been planned for a long time. I'm just a seed. I really need you guys to be seeds too. So my necklace represents. It's just a little seed of faith. I need you guys to be seeds too. So, TikTok, this is documented history, and this is purely for educational purposes only. Everybody should look up this letter that I'm about to show you and print it out and read it for yourselves. It's called Albert Pike Letter to Mazzini, the Illuminati Plan for 3 World Wars, August 15th, 1871. You guys can pause this and read, or you can print it out and read the whole thing yourself. It's very important for people to understand the world is a puppet show right now. And these world leaders, so-called world leaders, guys, it's quantum systems creating agendas and giving direction based upon global algorithms. But let me read this. The following is a letter that speculation claimed that Albert Pike wrote to Giuseppe Mazzini in 1871 regarding a conspiracy involving 3 world wars that were planned in an attempt to take over the world. This letter was on display in the British Museum Library in London until 1977, but the British Library in London now denies the letter exists. So I would print this out. So there's an explanation of how the First World War was going to be manipulated and the Second World War was going to be manipulated. But now let's get to the Third World War. There's certain words I cannot mention on this app without getting this taken down, so I'm going to try to speak in a little bit of code. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agenter, which is like the agents, of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam and political Zionism mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists. So they're inspiring this holy war to inspire a rise in atheism. And we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and of the most bloody turmoil. So they're going to initiate a holy war to inspire the rise of atheism, just so people can see the brutality of a world that's just under human rule, and the belief that there's nothing greater than human beings. Because what that means is like the most wealthy, powerful people will be as, your gods, and people will see a problem with that. Then, everywhere, the citizens, obligated to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries, will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. This manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. This was planned out 150 years ago, because that's how these people roll. They play chess, not checkers. They work through secret societies, and even though they may die, their agendas do not. In 1974, the Club of Rome mentioned elements of this letter in their book, The Limits to Growth, which also explains this, how their global agendas would be carried out through the concept of a common adversary of climate change. That book, you can download it for free off of archive.com, but if you try to buy the book, it's nearly $300. They don't want us to have it. So the plan is they're going to initiate a holy war in between Islam and Zionism. Can you guys see that going on in the world right now? You've got the people of Israel are over there protesting against what's happening to the innocent men, women, and children of Gaza. The normal people of Israel don't support that. But you've got this leadership that created Hamas, right, and then conveniently lost control. That group embedded themselves within innocent people, and then conveniently began to launch attack onto Israel, which then gave the leaders of Israel an excuse to begin initiating WAR. It's all an agenda. It's always been an agenda. How and why that landmass was even brought into existence is explained in the Second World War of this letter. And I would encourage you guys to share this. Look it up, read it yourself, share my video. I don't care. But let's seed some truth into this. If we're standing for God Most High, we have to be seeds of truth. We cannot just lay down and advocate for evil. We cannot do that. With great knowledge comes great responsibility. We have to take our own responsibility. But they're initiating this whole WAR. And the whole idea is that it's going to create so much misery, so much blood, SHED, that the general population is just going to be so tired of organized religion that they're going to call for the abolishment of religion and usher in atheistic systems, particularly now that AI is in the world, under these human beings that are oligarchs and will become global oligarchs. The people will realize how oppressive and brutal that is. Christianity will have no answers, and in turn, the concept of Christianity and atheism will also be dismantled and destroyed, and they're going to usher in the true light of the doctrine of Lucifer, and that's probably about the time that this global mind that they're building through AI will rise up as the savior that everybody's looking for. By then, because nobody's paying attention to the technology, how it's going into people, how it's tied to a new financial system, because of all of this other geopolitical distraction and confusion. So by then, that global mind is actually going to be linked into individual human beings, speaking through, acting through individual human beings. And because of the technology, it is so easy for them to manipulate beliefs in these things, such as the Mahdi, to even create deepfake videos that most people will not recognize as deepfake, igniting the belief in things like this. But it's all a show, it's all a play, and people should not fall for it. And if you guys don't know who Albert Pike is, he was a horrible man. Horrible.